When you walk through this community, it's almost like going back in time. It's always been a close-knit community where people support each other. The arts, the schools, and the churches, I think, are what kind of pull them all together.
This place really fosters the social and emotional and academic growth of young people, and it's still a place where your neighbor looks out for your children, and they take that responsibility very seriously.
I don't know a single community member that isn't involved in something that makes this a better community. For great things to happen, it takes all of us pulling together. A child's education doesn't start at the doorstep to their school building. It really is at home, in the community. It takes a village.
There's been more change in education in the last 10 years than maybe the last 100 years. The model of education was really built on factory. We put students in rows, we rang bells, all of those things were based on kind of a factory model. That's the experience that a lot of people have. So when you talk about we need to change in education, that's a really difficult conversation for people because that's not how it was, when they went to school. There is a time where simply delivering curriculum or delivering information has to happen, but how we do that and the things that we plan for kids around that, we control. Some students can sit and pay attention to a teacher, others fidget and move, and you need to provide opportunities for that. So I think throughout our elementaries we've been trying to create environments where students really with all needs can do what they need to do, but still stay focused on what's happening within the classroom. We have to get kids interacting. We have to put them in environments where we're not just spoon-feeding them information and curriculum. We want to teach them to be problem solvers and understand. So I think we've been very thoughtful about incorporating an educational system that really prepares students for the next step. We recently put in an innovation lab where students can interact with technologies to solve problems, completely funded by a support organization, which is another element that makes us unique. We're very cognizant of the responsibility financially that our local taxpayers have, and we work really hard to be thoughtful about what we bring. And they provide an unbelievable educational experience. When you look at academics, when you look at athletics, when you look at arts and music, it is very impressive in a small district of approximately 2,000 students what is offered here. I constantly am amazed at that when I talk to my colleagues in other districts that we're able to do that, but I also know it's because our community steps forward and supports the things that we want to do for our kids. We're this interaction between school and community, and we are truly a reflection of community and constantly in conversations about what do we want to be for our community, what do we want to offer our young people. And I think that really separates who we are and how we do our business. What I've learned is change has to be really thoughtful, and it takes time. With the pace of technology and the expectations of our students moving forward, I definitely see the education system in 10, 15 years dramatically different than what we see today. And I think that's one of the challenges when you look at, we're going to spend $30 million on a facility, how do you create a facility that supports that? And I think we've resolved that issue in creating this space.
This site was the first site of a school building in Chagrin Falls. So when Chagrin Falls became a school district, this was the first building. And so there was a lot of history and tradition about this location, as well as the original high school, the 1914 building, which was the original high school.
So this is actually the exterior of the 1940s construction of the auditorium. Obviously a beautiful entryway that has really been the center view for our residents for a long period of time. So as we designed, we thought it was critical to try to preserve as much of that as possible. And then as the design evolved, it was this idea of putting a community space, which is a cafeteria during the school day, but a community space for gathering at night, really centered around those arches.
Chagrin, when you look at the history again, there always has been a community that's seeking to learn more and seeking to engage people through the arts and through education. All of the different arts organizations in the community, there's 6 active arts organizations. They went together and helped write a grant from the state legislature to get $600,000 to help fund parts of that building with the intent that it's going to be community space, that these community arts organizations will have the opportunity to utilize that space for their different activities.
There is no other place in this area where you could have an event with over 300 people in attendance. And that's what, just in this room alone, you could have about 300 people at an event.
I've had this constant vision as this thing has been erected around us of driving by at night and looking through this glass and seeing those arches, knowing that, you know, that really showcases the efforts that we've gone through to retain the history of the school.
Good morning. My name is Robert Hunt. I am proud to serve as the superintendent of Chagrin Falls Schools. And on behalf of our Board of Education, let me be the first to welcome you home.
I'm so proud to be a member of this community. I think that we rally around a need and do whatever it takes to make sure that that need is addressed. It's a beautiful thing to see.
I'm really thankful that the community got behind this concept, and I know that they're going to be very proud of this building.
You know, too often content and curriculum and pressure and test scores is the #1 priority. To care about students first and create an environment and a culture that's welcoming first, that's the foundation of greatness in education. It sounds too simplistic to say thank you. I'm proud to be a member of the community that values public education at such a high level that they're willing to step forward and do what is necessary to create this kind of an environment for young people.
I think there's a huge thank you for their generosity in supporting public education in this community. To build a public school building that not only serves the needs of our students, but serves the needs of our community, I mean, that is a beautiful win for everybody.